In this video, I want to hit on our trophic levels that we've talked about. Again, we're back to our farm again. So at this point, we still have our community. We have our cattle plus our sheep here. So if we're looking at the trophic levels, that's the number of steps away from the sun that we would be. So we have our producers here. Again, this is the grass. So these are producers. They are one step. They're directly taking in food or energy from the sun. They're called producers, and they are in trophic level 1. Now our herbivores here are cattle and our sheep. In this scenario, they are both herbivores. They're consuming and only consuming plants. So they are in trophic level 2. They're 2 steps from the sun. So we have sun giving its energy directly to our plants, our producers, and then our herbivores that is consuming or eating the grass. So these guys are in trophic level 2. Now another term here, again, herbivore, plant eaters. So they're consuming those producers. Now they are also called primary consumers. Again, producers are in the first one. Every other trophic level has consumers. So they're leveled based on which trophic level they're in. Since these guys are the first ones directly eating the producers, they are called primary consumers. They're the first step in the consumption process. All right, so in this example here, that's the maximum. We only have 2 trophic levels in this ecosystem. 1 with our plants and 2 with our herbivores. All right, so let's add in a bear to the mix. So this is kind of a small bear, but use your imagination that he's larger than our sheep. All right, so bear are omnivores. They'll eat both plants and animals. But in this scenario, the bear is going to take down the sheep. Again, imagine him being larger. So if he consumes the sheep, he is now in the 3rd trophic level. So producers are always the first. Our herbivore is the 2nd. And then whatever consumes, in this case, an omnivore or carnivores that's consuming those herbivores, they are now secondary consumers. So in the 3rd trophic level, we have our secondary consumers. Primary consumer, secondary consumer. Now, if in this situation our bear is just eating grass, we're still in only 2 trophic levels. Okay, but whenever he consumes that herbivore, now he's in the 3rd trophic level, and he's a secondary consumer. And again, that may be the last step to our ecosystem, but just to go through the terminology, we're going to add one more step. Again, the 4th trophic level is as high as we can go. There are never 5, 6, or above, only 4 because too much energy gets lost along the way. But now let's say a man comes along and kills the bear and consumes the bear. Now we have our 4th trophic level. Again, plants, producers still in number 1. Our sheep is the herbivore, the primary consumer in trophic level 2. Our bear who consumed the sheep is a secondary consumer in trophic level 3. And then the man who is consuming the bear is in trophic level 4. And he is called a tertiary consumer. So again, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. In this case, also referred to as a top carnivore. Again, humans are also going to be omnivores, meaning they can eat either plants or animals. So again, it is possible that in this scenario, if everybody is only eating grass or producers, that we would only have 2 trophic levels. So it depends on what the organism is eating. But again, it's possible we would have our 4 trophic levels. Trophic level 1 with our producers, 2 with our herbivores, 3 with our secondary consumer, in omnivores or carnivores, and then 4 is our top carnivore or tertiary consumer. Okay,